Scary Good. Okay, welcome to Scary Good. We got some new cryptids in the news kind of stuff. Like over here at this blog that I probably shouldn't mention the name of, there's 5 of the strangest cryptid creatures you should know about. What that is, I think this is something from a movie. It's a very big announcement. Good job, fellow nerds. The word cryptid has officially been added to the American English Dictionary. Congratulations to all of you. But before we get back to that, it's a list of what they consider the top 5 cryptids of all time. Sorry, they're just demolishing the neighborhood outside. There's this other article on blockclubchicago.org. Have you seen the Mothman? Students' posters urge Chicagoans to call in monster sightings, and her phone is blowing up. Okay. So this started off as like an art project. This girl was putting up funny posters about the creature from the Black Lagoon and the Loch Ness Monster. And she put one up about Mothman, and she was surprised that it actually got a bunch of phone calls. Here we go. Here's the poster of Mothman. You can kind of see it there if you squint. If you're on a phone, I pity you. I'll try and zoom in a little bit. You can see that's her number. It's not her personal number, so she's not concerned if you call it. This is for the public to call if they've seen a monster, and most of the people who have called have been joking around about what they've seen, but there are a few who seem to be serious, and so she keeps taking out another $10. She keeps paying another $10 for another week of the phone number to keep collecting calls from people, and she's thinking about doing another project based on people's phone calls. Okay, so in the article they say one suggests the notice's creator has lost his or her pet, the Loch Ness Monster. Another says the creature from the Black Lagoon is wanted for insurance fraud, but they all ask you to call in. Behind the hotline is Sophie Jones, a student at the School of Art Institute of Chicago. Jones made the posters as part of a project at school, but they proved too popular. So they have told Jones that people have called and said that they are the Mothman. They want to take her on a date. People have sent in photoshopped images of monster sightings across the city. But where is the part? She says, a few people call or text with questions about monsters, and she's taking their messages seriously. She's even investigating one report from someone who said they were driving when they hit a creature with glowing eyes. She tries to answer people's texts and engage with them in conversations about cryptids. That was always the point of her project. She wanted to use her art to engage with the public. I just don't think the story should end there, she said. You see a poster, you text it, no one responds. That's kind of a bummer. They were so interested and willing to participate that I didn't want to let them down. And although Jones had initially planned to let the project die with the end of the semester, she's gotten so many responses, 90 calls and 100 texts in 1 week, that she keeps buying $10 phone plans for the cryptid hotline number so she can see what people are saying and reply to them. The posters gained even more attention over the weekend when comic book writer Dave Scheidt spotted one and tweeted out an image of it, which was this. Have you seen this entity? Known as the Flatwoods Monster, 10 feet tall, 4 feet wide, metallic body, glowing green-orange eyes. With any information or sightings, please call this number. And he tweeted it here. He found it in Wicker Park in Chicago. So, and it got 1678 likes. I don't know how many retweets it got. 470 people talking about it. So that's what's going on. If you live in Chicago, you might want to call in. If you don't live in Chicago and you can afford to call long distance, or maybe you have a free text plan, feel free to report your sightings to Sophie Jones and she will make an art project out of them. Now let's get back to this first story. Snallygasters and deathworms, 5 of the strangest cryptid creatures you should know about. Now the premise of this, first of all, this is to celebrate that the word cryptid has officially been added to the American English Dictionary. It says we all know the big boys in the cryptozoological world. Now I think you guys are going to disagree with their assessment of who the big guys are, because they have Sasquatch, the Yeti, Skunk Ape, and Yowie. Then the Loch Ness Monster, Champ. They call it Champy. And Bessie. I don't know who Bessie is. But where's Dogman, right? Not there. They don't mention Dogman. They don't seem to be aware of Dogman. And it says, yet it doesn't end there. Hundreds of creatures have been listed over time as cryptids, and some of these wonderfully weird creatures still haven't been made part of the modern nomenclature. So they're going to go down the list. Let's see if Dogman's on this list. Number 1. They should start with number 5 if they're going to do, countdown. But they have list number 1, the Mongolian deathworm. Looks like a giant melted carrot, but I'm sure you're all familiar with the Mongolian deathworm if you're here. Then the Jersey Devil. There's a Jersey Devil chasing a little deer in Photoshop land, probably, but possibly in New Jersey. And then what's next? The Snallygaster. Snallygaster is like a German American dragon kind of thing. It's supposed to have a metallic beak, they say here. Yeah, it was sighted by German immigrants 1730s, a long time ago. I don't know if it's been seen in a while. Popo Bawa. I'm not familiar with this guy. Apparently he's a cyclops, I guess with bat wings. This is from Africa, I think, right? Let's see. Zanzibar. Okay. While the creature has no steady form, a shape changer by nature, it is said to create the silhouette of a bat-like creature when it swoops down on its victims. Hence, it's given the title of Pop. Now they spell it different. Pop Bawa, which translates to Batwing. Oh, that's creepy. Now they spell it a different way. Now they spell it a third way. Wait, it was Popo Bawa up here. Now it's Pop Bawa here, and now it's Popa Bawa here. There's 3 different spellings, but I guess it doesn't matter since it's a translation. The Papa Bawa is a little more savage than some of its cryptid cousins. It is even rumored to attack people. It's vile. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to talk about that part. It's into doing other stuff that we don't want to talk about. Spring-heeled Jack. And of course, this is one of the inspirations for Batman, Spring-heeled Jack. And also, I think possibly Zorro, right? Wasn't it? The Shadow. Like the Spring-heeled Jack, some people considered it a cryptid, or some people in modern times consider that it's possibly a space alien. But at the time, the assumption was that it was a really rich guy who could afford to build equipment that would make that would be like Batman, like Batman's equipment. Like he would sometimes shine a light in your face, which is very strange for the 1800s, and sometimes he could leap over fences. So that's how he got the name Spring-heeled Jack. And so there was this assumption that he had equipment that allowed him to jump far, and there were even fictional stories written about him and plays about him where he was kind of like a Batman figure. He would use all this equipment to do things that no other human could do out in the night, and then he'd return home to his rich guy life in the morning. He also shot blue flames out of his mouth, according to this. The last official sighting of Spring-heeled Jack was in 1904. So you notice there's nobody else on this list, which means Dogman didn't make the list of big guys, and Dogman didn't make the secondary list. So I don't know if we agree with this, right? But we do agree with them that it's time to celebrate because the word cryptid is now an actual thing. So congratulations to all of you. Have a great day. May all your videos stay monetized. And we'll see you tomorrow morning with 2 all new Dogman stories for Tuesday morning. See you then.